Hey folks, welcome to Playing in Traffic. In this episode right here, we're going to do some Atlanta. That's where I'm at today, Atlanta, Georgia. We're going to do an episode of punk rock history in Atlanta, Georgia. Not that I know firsthand, I don't. This is historical based, but being the punk that I am, have to put this on the map, and everywhere I travel I'm probably going to do this. I've done this in previous episodes in Atlantic City, New Jersey, considering I saw one of the greatest hardcore punk rock shows ever in Atlantic City back in 1985, documented in an episode. If I remember, I will put it in the description below. But this spot right here, right over my shoulder here, Home Depot. Well, the show sure and hell didn't happen in Home Depot, even though we already know Denny's is doing franchise-like punk rock shows. The show that happened here, I'm not even going to point the camera over there because there's really no point. It's a Home Depot now. But what it was, so the venue was the Great Southeast Music Hall. And based on the address that I was seeking on Piedmont Street here in Atlanta, Georgia, it was actually in that area of Home Depot where at the time it was a bowling alley, I guess on the street level, and the Great Southeast Music Hall was on the second floor in this area. And on January 5th, 1978, the one and only Sex Pistols opened their U.S. tour and only visit and played here. Played a full set here. The tickets had a hole punch and a safety pin through them. Which, I mean, again, that's a hell of a souvenir if you still have it. But January 5th, 1978, and they picked Atlanta, which is amazing. They didn't, I don't even think there was a New York show on that list. I saw Dallas. I'm pretty sure there was one in San Francisco. But, yeah, right here, right in this area. It's a shame there's not even a remnant of anything. There's not much of a remnant of anything at this point in time anyway, in 2024. People, you stand still long enough, they'll build something right on your ass. But yeah, that show, the place sat or had a capacity of about close to 530 people. And that was January 5th of 1978 when that happened. And the Great Southeast Music Hall then closed by the end of that year. The note that I read on that was it closed after 2 Arlo Guthrie shows. Yeah, and what was it? They opened with God Save the Queen and closed with Anarchy in the UK, or one way or another, that was how that played out. Look it up, because there's some intriguing info about that show. And, Sid was obviously well documented, had a drug problem, and that was a big story. With this show, there was also like a massive fire marshal type presence, fire department presence in here as well, because of the, I don't know what they were expecting, the place to just burn down. Johnny Rotten was here and making weird threats as he was on his way to America, so it was just like a whole lot of shenanigans. And I think it actually, of all those 7 U.S. gigs, this one might have been like middle of the road performance, because there was a whole lot more worse ones on that tour that actually, again, was a total of 7 dates, starting here in Atlanta, Georgia, at the Great Southeast Music Hall. Hey, so I'm actually riding around in Atlanta. I'm going to say it's like a north that section of Atlanta. I can't really say. Definitely the say northwest. Well, I wonder if that's where the Braves play over there. This is not a sports video right here. This is a video about the 688 Club, which, of course, again, not here at all. No remnant. Concentra. Where are you at? Over here, probably. Concentra Urgent Care is there now, but the 688 Club operated here in Atlanta from 1980 to 1986, and I highly suggest any fan of punk rock and hardcore and new wave definitely check out the list of bands that have played at the 688 Club. Here I am taking up some traffic. Let's see. The 688 Club, because it has, the list is absolutely is phenomenal. It just of, again, punk rock, hardcore, new wave. There might even been some speed metal in there. I'm not sure. I'll have to take a peek at it again. But from 1980 to 1986, you know, someone like myself would have been in the 688 Club. I'm trying to think. See, the one difference between my experience in Philly and the experience that I'm going to speak on this and not having lived here. Like in Philly, we really had promoters booking out of smaller venues, kind of like I think the next one I'm going to talk about. But these others, this one may have been a 21 and over, which, you know, when I was going to hardcore shows, I was not of age. So they were all ages shows for the most part until 1987. But yeah, so this is absolutely part of Atlanta's punk rock history. Here's another thing that's part of Atlanta's history. I don't know what the hell road this is or what highway this is yet. I'm sure I'm going to enjoy it whether I like it or not. But you can see a Saturday afternoon here in Atlanta. People are definitely getting out today. It's going to be pushing close to 80 degrees. I don't know what this building is over here. It looks like some type of stadium. And then, of course, there's this. That's got to represent the torch from the Olympics when they were here in Atlanta, I would think. Okay, but I digress. Let's just say somewhere around here, there was the 688 Club was here, right in this vicinity. And the 688 Club, you know, right around that Concentra Urgent Care. Let me go under this little thingy. The back of this area was the alleyway to the club. If anyone watches this video and knows about the 688 Club at 3rd and Spring Street in Atlanta, let me know if this was the actual alleyway to it, because coming up right here. So like when I did search this, it did say that there was a parking lot there now. This is the back of that Concentra Urgent Care. I know you always wonder if this was the actual alleyway of the club itself, which probably was right around in this area here. Oral Man is struck again with this gem. Look at this. Look at the Simpsons, a full-on Simpsons. Even there he is up there. I want to say it's Ned Flanders, but I'm not sure if it is, but he's taking a whiz. And this is cool. This is very cool. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. So the odd number side of the street here is still intact, but the even number isn't. Yeah, so the even number are parking. They made them parking lots, but in right in this location here, 388 Marietta Street, was the Metroplex, and the Metroplex operated from 1983 till December of 1988. And one of the most interesting things that I noticed about the billing there, which by the way was absolutely outstanding, was that in 1988, a couple of them bands, the Pagan Babies, played with. And it's like, it's interesting, you know, you just kind of patch everything together. So they, at some point, I remember playing with Dag Nasty out in Utah, and that was like in May of '88, and then see them play prior to going out to Utah. I think the date was in April of '88 that they were in they were in the Metroplex here in Atlanta. But that's another thing to really, if you ever bored and you're into punk rock and hardcore, and they were booking everything there as well. But if you're like bored and you're into punk and speed metal and everything, it was in Metroplex. So yeah, from '83 to December of 1988, it was there. And of course now it's, you know, we got to have parking. And I'm going to show you why they need so much parking around here. There's so much need for parking. Even a random flat lot is going to make a lot of money, not only for football at Mercedes-Benz and whatever else eventually, but also I think right over that parking garage is the arena. The State Farm Arena, I believe, is over that garage. That's for another video to figure all that out, because they do have some pretty cool statues over there I thought were really nice. But yeah, parking is the main thing. That's it. Park, baby, park. But at least now we know where the Metroplex was, at 388 Marietta Street.